Lawmakers in Congress have cleared a major hurdle in passing a $900 billion COVID relief package. Downtown Meadville Duplex is destroyed in a fire. We have more video of the blaze that also sent a firefighter to the hospital.
Find out how one local church is celebrating Christmas this year.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is 1024 Action News at 11.
New at 11, congressional lawmakers say they've cleared a major obstacle towards passing a $900 billion COVID relief package. ABC's Faith Abube explains this would be the first major piece of pandemic relief legislation since the $2 trillion CARES Act was passed in March.
Lawmakers reaching a deal on a stimulus package just hours before a potential government shutdown.
We can finally report what our nation has needed to hear for a very long time. More help is on the way.
One hurdle, language proposed by Republican Senator Pat Toomey that would curtail the authority of the Federal Reserve. Toomey arguing 3 pandemic-related lending programs should end because they've achieved their purpose.
The purpose was to ensure that credit-worthy borrowers could access credit through the normal channels. They worked. They worked amazingly well, remarkably well. Within days, certainly weeks, markets were again functioning, credit was flowing.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer saying the proposed language was so broad, it would have tied the hands of the incoming Biden administration.
Last night, the logjam was broken. Senator Toomey accepted my compromise to remove the dangerous, similar to language in his bill that was overly broad.
Hanging in the balance, relief for millions of Americans out of work. Ricardo Ramirez says he's barely getting by and is now at risk of possibly losing everything.
It's about time for them to do something for the community.
The roughly $900 billion relief package would include $300 in weekly federal unemployment benefits and $600 in direct payments for millions of Americans. President Trump calling on Congress to increase the amount of those stimulus checks, tweeting in all caps, "Get it done," and give them more money in direct payments. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
With distribution of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine now underway, ABC's Zoreen Shah reports the rollout means the country now has 2 vaccines in its arsenal to fight the pandemic.
Distribution of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine began early this morning, just 2 days after receiving emergency use authorization from the FDA. Pharmaceutical distributor McKesson preparing the vaccine for shipment, packing it in freezers and loading it on trucks under the eyes of law enforcement. FedEx, headquartered just over the border in Memphis, picking up the precious cargo up in Mississippi. UPS picking it up in McKesson's faculty near Louisville. The CDC accepting today its advisory committee's 11-0 vote on Saturday to authorize Moderna's vaccine for people 18 and older.
We know it's 95% effective, as much as 100% effective at preventing severe disease. And this is the way we end the pandemic, by getting 70 or 80% of the American people vaccinated.
Moderna's rollout means the country now has 2 vaccines in its arsenal to fight the pandemic.
We are very confident that by June, anyone in America who wants to have a vaccine will have that opportunity to have a vaccine.
These vaccines coming not a moment too soon. According to an Internal Health and Human Services memo obtained by ABC News, right now 32% of the nation's ICUs are at least 80% full, as more than 114,000 Americans battle COVID in the hospital. 1.5 million new infections reported in the past week. The U.S. averaging nearly 213,000 new COVID-19 cases every day. Healthcare workers began receiving Pfizer's vaccine last Monday. There have been reports of a small number of allergic reactions to that vaccine. The CDC is monitoring the reports and has issued guidance for anyone with a history of allergies, saying anyone who had a severe reaction to a COVID-19 vaccine should not get the second dose.
I think it's important for the public to understand that these still are very rare events.
On Saturday, the head of Operation Warp Speed, General Gus Perna, says the country is on track to ship 20 million doses of vaccine by the end of December. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now to the latest COVID-19 numbers in the region. In Erie County, there were 213 new positive cases of COVID-19. The total number of cases since March now stands at nearly 10,000. Crawford County is reporting 55 new cases. Warren County is reporting 5 new COVID-19 cases. Ashtabula County is reporting an increase of 51 cases. And Chautauqua County is reporting 2,748 total cases. Across the Commonwealth, there was an additional 7,213 new positive COVID-19 cases reported. Now that brings the total to over 555,000. 217 more people died from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. That brings the total number of people who have died in the state to 13,924. A downtown Meadville duplex was badly damaged in a fire this morning. The fire started around 11 a.m. at a duplex in the 200 block of Walnut Street. That's right down the road from the Meadville Public Library. The Meadville Central Fire Department chief said everyone inside did escape safely. One firefighter was injured and taken to the hospital. With many holiday events being canceled and church services being held virtually, some people say they are looking for ways to get into the Christmas spirit. Chelsea Swift joins us in the control room with more about a Christmas drive-through experience one local church is calling a thrill of hope. Chelsea?
Hi, Brian. At Grace Church in McCain Township, lots of people say this drive-through celebration, they were very excited for it. Many families say the event makes it feel a little bit more like Christmas. At Grace Church in McCain and Harbor Creek, they're providing the community with a Christmas experience, including a light display, Christmas CDs, and live music.
We decided to take it outdoors, and so we have such creative people here at Grace. We just didn't want to be limited in any way in celebrating.
Diane Wright explains they've made an effort to limit contact. The cars drive through 5 different stops, focusing on hope, faith, light, peace, and joy. One family says this drive-through Christmas experience not only helps them get in the holiday spirit, but allows them to spend time together outside of the house.
To help to bring people together, you know, in such a time of need and hope for the world, I think it's great for people to get out and kind of experience the true meaning of Christmas, some community and some fun.
Another spectator says though the event doesn't allow for people to gather in the traditional sense, the long line of cars speaks to the strength of the community.
The entire crew here at Grace have done to keep the church community alive the whole year through, not just at Christmas time, but the whole year through. It's especially gratifying to be able to be out here on a night like tonight.
His son Brady Powers adding it's this type of family event that reminds him there is a silver lining to the holidays this year.
Instead of people being at work and being all spread out, traveling all across everywhere just to celebrate Christmas. So it makes it a lot more compact, making it so we can celebrate more as a family.
Grace Church will be hosting a virtual event on Christmas Eve, all in an effort to keep the community safe this holiday season. Brian?
Chelsea, such a great story. Thank you very much. A local man has been appointed into the Biden administration. President-elect Joe Biden has appointed Ali Zadie as the Deputy National Climate Advisor. He is a 2004 General McLean graduate and attended Harvard and Georgetown Law School. During the Obama administration, Zadie served in the Office of Budget and Management at the U.S. Department of Energy as a senior economic and environmental policy official. A new sign is shining bright on State Street. It's good news tonight at 11 o'clock. The Performing Arts Collective Alliance received a new sign outside of the building. Once passed by the Historical Society, the sign was mounted through Fast Signs on Friday. The new sign will also have a controller which will allow for PACA to change its colors for different events.
You know, our goal is to have something beautiful and something that's artistic and something that benefits the community at large, and certainly our little neck of the woods here on State Street.
Funding for the sign is from PACA and the Sisters of St. Joseph. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News at 11. The community is giving back to the Mercy Center for Women during the holiday season. We'll tell you what they're doing. Coming up first, here's Tom Atkins with the first check of the forecast. Hey, Tom.
Hello, Brian. Hello to you.